like it, learning as a continuous search for treasures. I think it beautifully captures the very essence of adult education. Today in my keynote, I would like to reflect briefly why adult education matters more than ever in Europe, and what kind of changes or challenges we are facing, as well as the direction in our European Union education policy discussions. And in this respect, I really much would like to give my greetings from EAEA, European Association for the Education of Adults. So let's take this slide, and this is to understand also why adult education matters so much for us in Europe. It's very important to look at the scale of the reality we are dealing with. In the European Union, there are around 360 million adults today, and of these, about 265 million are of working age, and around 65 million adults are outside labor market for very different reasons. At the same time, 70 million adults have weak basic skills, as we know according to PIAC survey. And also Europe is an aging continent. Over 100 million people aged 65 or more are there. And also at the same time, our societies are becoming more diverse. In this context, I would like to say that adult education is not a marginal policy area. It's actually foundation for individual agency and societal resilience. And also it's a long-term investment rather than a short-term cost. In this context, we are all working for the better Europe and better adult education, and therefore also your conference is very important. And also we all know that this is the world around us today. We are living a time of profound and accelerating changes. We are entering a longevity society, which means that people live longer, but also they can be active longer than ever before. So of course there should be possibilities to learn throughout the lifetime. And also we all know that climate change is no longer abstract. It shapes our environments, economies, and daily lives. Growing economic uncertainty affects work, security, and trust in the future. Wars and conflicts are the reality for us, with clear consequences for well-being and social cohesion. At the same time, digitalization and artificial intelligence are rapidly transforming how we work, learn, and participate in society. And finally, we are also facing a crisis of democracy, marked by polarization, misinformation, and declining trust. So dear participants, these are the interconnected transformations that are reshaping also adult life across Europe and redefining also our role as adult educators and researchers in the field. So if we then take the challenges and think about what could be the role of adult education to provide hope and support for our societies. In a longevity society, adult education, as we all know, supports lifelong learning, or this is a very nice new term, long life learning, and active aging. In the climate crisis adult education and learning promotes knowledge, adaptability, and sustainable action. And also when democracy is under pressure, it strengthens citizenship skills and critical thinking. And in times of instability, adult education supports resilience, well-being, and community cohesion. And with digitalization and AI, artificial intelligence, it ensures digital literacy and digital skills for all. And in these times of economic uncertainty, it builds financial competencies for everyone and life skills. So in this respect, I would like to highlight that adult education today in Europe is a key societal infrastructure. And this is sometimes forgotten in mainstream discussion. And that's something I would like to keep in our discussion when we do our best to support European Union and its adult education and learning. So what happens in European Union today? I would like to say that there's a new era, new stage or phase ahead of us. The next budget of European Union, the so-called MFF, Multi-Annual Financial Framework, will start to be effective in 2028. It will be very decisive regarding the funding of adult education and learning, and especially the instruments. So within Erasmus Plus program, the new Erasmus Plus will actually also include adult education, but we need to reassess how it includes. So the narrow perspective, just to think about the relation to labor market relevance, is not enough. The holistic view, as I said during my previous slide, adult education is essential for the future of Europe. And thinking about European Social Fund and its structures, of course, adult education should have a strong role in the new era of the program. And also, if we think about the new initiatives which are under political discussion at the moment, the European Union strategy for civil society, the digital omnibus, meaning actually the set of laws which affect the digitalization, is also something which is very much linked to learning and the needs of learning. And culture compass, as well as the intergenerational fairness strategy. Actually, all of these initiatives underline the importance of learning, while also calling for stronger coordination and political commitment. So in this respect, during the preparatory phase, as we are at the moment, there's a role of all national associations, all actors in adult education to participate the consultations, and also, of course, EAEA and its sister organizations are working for reminding the policymakers that adult education, the holistic view for adult education, need to be taken into account. As we all know, the mainstream discussion at the moment revolves around the themes of competitiveness and security. And also the Union of Skills strategy directs the conversation solely toward workforce skills. And that is not enough, because there are, as I said, more than 100 million adults which are not participating to working life at the moment. Actually, 160 million citizens should be taken into account also. And all of European adults should have the possibility to learn throughout the lifetime. So the holistic view is something which needs to be stressed. So if we then take a look at how EAEA is working today, this year's theme is resilience and community building. And also, as there are so many changes around us, also EAEA is working for the renewal of its strategy. So at the moment, all members have been invited to join the co-creation. And also I warmly welcome all Lithuanian members, especially the Lithuanian Association, to join the co-creation, to bring the view from your country and also your expectations towards EAEA to provide more support to the members. And of course, today we also look for new possibilities to collaborate with regional networks. As you may know, we have, for example, the Nordic-Baltic network of non-formal adult education providers, which has the link to EAEA, but of course, many other links could be formed with researchers and other networks too. And also, I would like to welcome you all warmly to join our General Assembly and Conference in Warsaw in June, as the theme, resilience and community building, will be discussed, but also the new strategy and its themes are under discussion during the conference too. And the new strategy will be then decided later this year. And in this respect, EAEA wants to ensure that adult education has strong, credible, and visible voice in Europe. And then some conclusions. So I would like to say that adult education is not only about skills, it's about participation, dignity, resilience, and democracy. And it's the infrastructure of our societies. And in times of uncertainty, adult education helps people and societies to find treasures, citing your conference theme, treasures for their life and future. So I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you truly inspiring conference and meaningful discussions, and hope to see you soon somewhere in Europe or in Lithuania or in Finland, where I'm from. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to ask my colleagues, do we have any questions? Yes, we have. Okay. Arūnas, welcome.
Hello, Lauri.
Hello.
I am Arūnas, former president of Lithuanian Association of Adult Education. So for me, I have two questions.
Okay.
And there's two concerns. First, it's about men participation in adult education. We have problem in Lithuania that most of participants are usually women, and we have the problem of inviting men. Here in this conference, we have about 60 participants, and two of them are men. One of them is me. So my first question.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the situation in Finland, and how you attract men to adult education events and participate in learning? This first question. And second question is, because of you also showed on your slide that one of the problems is this All of them are quite important, but for me, it's a crisis of democracy.
Yes.
Maybe you could also somehow reflect on how we as adult educators could contribute to secure the democratic values in Europe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very, very good questions and very topical and actual in, I would say that in most of the European countries also, and also in Finland. It has been the tradition that also in Finland, women participate more. And also lifelong learning is I would say it's a kind of cumulative or accumulative phenomenon. We all know that if we can participate a very good course or participate as adults a learning opportunity, it somehow strengthens the mindset of lifelong learning. So the same people continue over and over again to participate. So the accumulation is, in a way, it's a challenge, but it's a very good phenomenon. So it means that there has been some initiatives to strengthen the participation of men. So it means that we need to be also hearing men and their expectations, their learning needs and their wishes. And for example, in Finnish law for non-formal adult education, it's stated that the institutions need to understand the local needs. And therefore, one of the tools have been a kind of structure of learners communities and learners forums, which have been used by institutions to learn more about what kind of needs and expectations and needs are for men. And actually the COVID period of time when we changed to the all around in Europe for distance learning, the use of digital tools have been one of the ways to attract also men to join different courses and participate in from the hybrid model and more flexible ways to learn. It has been seen that it has attracted more men. But of course, I would say that understand the needs and listen to the target groups. It's not only the men, but also other so-called underrepresented groups could be also attracted when the institution is not waiting them to join, but the learning opportunities are arranged in different locations, different parts of the cities and villages. So there are many ways, but I think the discussion should be continued because, and also the best practices should be shared, and therefore also the EAEA conferences are very good places to share also the best practices. But there's still a lot to do in Finland also for this. So the second question was regarding the crisis of democracy. I'm actually really happy that European Union and the policymakers have already also noticed that the polarization is very strong in Europe, even inside European Union Parliament also. So therefore the citizenship skills are actually raised to the discussion, and it seems that for the new period of the funding and also new period of instruments, the citizenship skills is something which could be a very strong role for adult education organizations and associations to actually fight against the crisis of democracy and raise the crisis democracy and how we in Europe think about democracy. It should be then integrated to the citizenship skills learning programs or whatever the topic is citizenship skills could be discussed among adults and also those groups which are coming to Europe to work or to live. So the migrants also should be taken into account. So quite long answers, but I hope that I was able to grasp and give my view to your questions.
Thank you very much. Do we have more questions? Apparently not. Sorry, Aruna, yeah. I think we can have other microphone. Yeah, yra microphones.
As far as we know that Finnish people...
Do you hear Aruna? Not very much.
Yeah,
Okay.
I try to.
We will do with the next micro. You come.
I'm Aruna from the Lithuanian Association of Adult Education.
Okay,
And
hello.
as far as we know that Finnish people are the happiest people in the world. So does adult education has a role in this being the happiest in the world? And how does it come that you made it?
I think there's a very long tradition for lifelong learning in Finland, and I would like to also think that adult education and lifelong learning has a very strong role for being also happy. So in Finland, 1/5 of our population annually participate adult education and mainly non-formal adult education all around in Finland, in villages, in cities, and everywhere. So it's part of, so to say, part of the identity of the society and the citizens to think that everyone has opportunity to learn whenever and almost whatever subject they would like to learn throughout the lifetime. So lifelong learning culture is, I would say that it's one strong kind of element of being happy, because learning gives hope and it gives you the sense of belonging to the society. As we all know, it's very important that we learn together and not alone. And also in the Finnish society, also there has been long tradition that the teachers have been admired. The profession of teachers have been very important, sometimes even more important than doctors or lawyers thinking about the education, because it has been very hard to get a place in the university if you would like to become a teacher. So there are many issues, and it's also a kind of systemic view how the happiness could be bring. So there must be the elements: democracy, trust, also the educational policy should follow the rule of lifelong learning, and also, of course, it's up to even the families, the parents' role to support their children to grow to the idea of lifelong learning. So there are many views, but actually this year we will know more about that, because there is a national impact evaluation of adult education going on, and this evaluation will gather the topics: how adult education supports the democracy, how it supports the social cohesion, how it supports the competence development of citizens, and how it provides also well-being to the individual. So there are quite many levels for the evaluation, and it will be very interesting to think, because that evaluation process is one of the first holistic evaluation processes in Europe. So certainly it would be nice to share the results with you later. It will be ready in December. I really hope that also part of it will be published in English or in other languages too. So let's come back to that question then later. Very good question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe that here in the audience we have a very strong community of adult educators. So I think at least here all of you feel happy almost as much as Finnish people. So thank you very much, Mr. President. And it was a great pleasure to hear your keynote speech and to hear your thoughts and insights. Thank you very much for participating and spending your time with us. Yeah, just a minute. My colleagues asks to show them one more time. Okay, and they say,
okay.
Hi, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice conference and have a nice and sunny weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.